Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever, wherever you are watching this. My name is Marcus Octavius, and this is not necessarily the playlist, but this is sort of a state of the channel, sort of retrospective type deal. I got a long list of things to get to, and all the time in the world to get to them, but I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I'm just going to shoot through this and get to what I get to. First up, Saturday night, Sunday morning will drop this weekend. Saturday night at 8 will be the all dance edition per usual. Sunday morning will be the more laid back variety music for those of you who like that sort of thing. This week on the playlist profile, I do have two artists, one for each playlist. The first one is going to be a Saturday night fixture. Hopefully, if I can find enough music from him, and that's going to be a gentleman named Noel from the Bronx. He specializes in Latin freestyle music. Excuse me, there's a gnat in here. To his credit, he has two albums and several singles, one of which was a big dance hit, "Silent Morning," back in the late '80s. But what I wanted to highlight here was the sort of subgenre of Latin freestyle music. It seemed to be born or become popular in the late '80s and early '90s. It was a dance club fixture. You could find spots of it all over the place in a lot of the big cities: New York, Miami, Philadelphia, parts of California. But even some popular artists or adopted, I should say, freestyle music into some of their music, including producer and mixer extraordinaire Paul Hardcastle, a staple of the playlist for those of you who have kept up, and even the Pet Shop Boys put some Latin freestyle into their music for one particular album. So a very popular genre, but like so many subgenres of music, it went back to the underground. It sort of had its success, had its wave, had its crest, and dived back down. Latin freestyle is a more Latin American based rhythmic style of music, and the reason they called it freestyle was because it was the way it was produced and mixed and arranged, where they sort of, okay, well, we'll just add this, and then we'll add this, and then we'll add this. But it made for some pretty good music there for a time. For the Sunday morning playlist, the playlist profile is somebody near and dear to me, and I believe I've covered them before, but I'm going to cover them again. And that's Anita Baker from Detroit. She was a fixture of the another subgenre of music that was popular in the '80s, the quiet storm genre. Excuse me, of the late '80s, of the '80s really, and the early '90s. Think Luther Vandross. Think what you call baby making music. Um, the sort of thing that you would hear on BET back in the day. To her credit, she has 7 albums. 4 of them are platinum, one of them are gold. 8 Grammys, 4 American Music Awards, if you care about that sort of thing, and a slew of other uh, accomplishments. I am very sorry about my throat, ladies and gentlemen. Also, to her credit, not only did she do quiet storm music, but she had a soulful sort of approach. She also did a lot of jazz music. She even recorded a Christmas album, which seemed to be par for the course for a lot of quiet storm artists. So there you are, your playlist profile: Anita Baker and Noel. Number 2, I am actually coming back to the stage. I am getting back into live performing. I have one particular gig coming up that I would like to announce, and that is the Bloom Festival in Charlotte, North Carolina, September 18th and 19th, 421 East Sugar Creek Road. Get it right eventually. Let me repeat that. 421 East Sugar Creek Road. That's in Charlotte, North Carolina. For those of you local to the area, I believe it's near the NODA district. And that's going to be going on. This is an award winning festival that's been happening for quite a few years now. They were going to try and do a more virtual type thing last year, but of course, COVID put the kibosh on that. So now they're coming back. It's a mostly indoor event. Safety precautions are being taken, including for us, the performers. So if that is your concern, please be aware of that. September 18th and 19th, East Sugar Creek Road, Charlotte, North Carolina, for those of you in the local area or willing to drive a little bit of distance to see me live. Please keep that in mind. There are also going to be a ton of other great performers. If you like aerial work with the ribbons and everybody hanging upside down, this is going to be very prominent on the show as well. So please keep that in mind. The Bloom Festival, once again, September 18th and 19th in Charlotte, North Carolina. Which brings me to the third thing. I am going to be taking a small break. There will not be, I repeat, there will not be a playlist for August 7th, 14th, and 21st. Um, for those of you who have been with the channel for some time, you know that I take, somewhat infrequent breaks to sort of uh, put my mind at ease, reset, and do it all over again. It's not that I don't love what I do, it's just it can be a bit exhausting. So I'm taking a quick break to focus on some upcoming performances. One of them I just mentioned, the Bloom Festival. Another one is a private function, but I have to, get things ready for that, obviously. However, the 28th and 29th will be determined as to whether or not I drop a Saturday night or Sunday morning. I will know that the first week of August, so please keep an eye out for that. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram is where I will post. It will be either a message post or a video just like this. So please keep your eyes out for that. I will say that I am working on a Labor Day special to put out. There will be a playlist Saturday, Sunday, and Labor Day Monday. The Monday will be a special one. It'll kind of be rather reflective of a gentleman who I've been following on Twitch for some time. I'm going to be doing my own sort of spin on it, and I think you will appreciate it very, very much. Um, One particular thing I wanted to talk about in this particular video, ladies and gentlemen, is the Olympics and some of the controversy therein. I don't dabble very much into sports when it comes to this channel. I try to keep it very much rooted in entertainment, but there were some things I've seen lately that I felt compelled to speak out on. The first thing was the Norway women's handball team apparently getting fined for wearing a uniform that they felt was not only uncomfortable visually, but I believe uncomfortable physically as well. And also, the arguably bigger news is the gymnastics phenom Simone Biles bowing out of competition due to mental issues. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we need to keep in mind that while these people are capable of very strong feats of strength and athleticism, they are also human beings. And as such, are prone to a lot of the things that human beings are prone to. They get, headaches and things of that nature. They have bad days. From what I understand, the Olympic Committee or some sort of governing body they're in has actually changed the rules to sort of box in Simone Biles because she was she was performing everything to such a fantastic feat that they literally changed the rules to make it more even. And I feel that this is very unfair and very telling of the kind of sports associations that we deal with on top of the Norwegian handball female group being fined a lot of money. And side note, I want to give a shout out to Pink for standing up and being willing to pay the fine for these ladies because, ladies and gentlemen, I feel that all of this is unfair. I feel that the fine is unfair. I feel that the criticism towards Simone Biles is unfair. I feel like this is all very unfair and indicative of grown ass individuals still trying to dictate terms on a world full of people that are trying to change it for the better. And for me, this is a hard and fast nope, 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 nope. This is wrong. I personally do not see anything wrong with the Norwegian handball team, female team, uh, the oh god, I apologize, the volleyball team playing in shorts because at the end of the day, they can look as good as they want to. If they suck on the court, there's going to be a bigger problem. And to me, being an American, having a team represent my country, I want them to win. I'm not looking for pretty people. I'm looking for people who are willing to win. So where I stand on this is, while yes, I would like for them to win, I also don't want it to be at the detriment of their comfort level. I respect Simone Biles for standing up and saying, you know what, my head's not in it. And the way I see it is that if she kept going with the mental attitude that she had, she was not going to turn in a great performance and she's going to get criticized anyway, because unfortunately that's the kind of society we live in. So for me, seeing her take a step back and saying, you know what, I don't have it, kudos for her. For the Norwegian team to stand up and say they don't feel comfortable in these outfits, kudos to them. And for Pink to stand up and say, look, I'll throw the 16 grand at you and you can go about your business, kudos for her. And for those of you who want to shame these people, shame on you. You know, shame, shame. Because these are people who spend the majority of their lives trying to be in a physical shape to do the thing that they love. And what they don't need is some armchair jackass keyboard cowboy or cowgirl telling them that they're not tough enough when they devote a majority of their lives to doing this. They give up parties, they give up freebies, they give up this, they give up that to do this. So I don't want to hear it about their toughness. I really, really don't. And on that note, I'm going to shut up now before I say something else that's going to get me into trouble. Please like, share, subscribe. Hopefully, you still like me. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All the links are down below. Also, the Bloom website will be in the link below as well. Tickets are available. Like I said, September 18th and 19th is the date. Please keep that in mind. I'm Marcus Octavius. Please enjoy the lists.